Hey guys, Kevin with eTrailer, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install the Global Link RV entry door lock with key-to-like option here on our 2020 K-Z Sportsmen Classic Travel Trailer. A lot of time over the years, your entry door lock can kind of get beat up. Maybe the keys don't really want to sit in there right, maybe it got kind of rusted out, or maybe you're like some of the unfortunate people that email in saying, I locked my keys in my camper and I had to drill out the lock. What's the replacement door lock for me? The Global Link entry door lock that we have today is a standard fit for most RV trailers and can be the solution for you. Our entry door lock is made out of a sturdy steel construction with a black powder coat finish, and that's going to help resist any rust. It fits cutout holes that are 2.5 to 3 inches wide by 3.5 to 4 inches tall, which is a pretty much standard cutout hole in most trailers. You do want to make sure that you measure yours before going ahead and picking one, just to be sure. And the outside exterior is also going to come with a nice foam gasket on the inside here, and that's going to help prevent any water from getting back behind this entry door lock and ruining your entry door. So this entry door lock also comes with a key-to-like option. If you look at the quantity right below that, there's going to be an option to select either keyed unique or key-to-like. And what that means is that if you order multiple of these entry door locks, you can get them all keyed to the same key code. So if I had 2 doors on my K-Z Sportsman here, one in the front, maybe I have a back one where there's a bathroom or a back bedroom or something like that, then I could get both of those keyed to the same exact key code. So that way I don't have to carry all these extra keys. I could have just one and get into all my doors. As far as installation goes, all you're really going to need is a pair of hands and a screwdriver. It's really that simple. You just pop out your old screws, put in your new ones, slap that door handle into place, and then also if you need to replace your strikes, and then that's pretty much it. To begin our installation, we're going to first have to remove our old door latch, and to do that we're going to want to go to the back side. We're going to pull out our 4 screws. And then we can pop off the backing plate and we can see our cutout hole. So there's a large misconception about what door handles are going to fit in what camper. The easiest way to do this, and honestly pretty much the only way most of the time, is to really just measure that cutout hole. So if we look at our width, we're sitting right at 2 3/4 and our height's right at 3.5. So now that we have that, we can go and we can look at whatever our available options are and find the correct one that's going to fit inside that hole. If we weren't able to find one that's going to fit inside that hole, the next option would be to go maybe one size bigger and then just trim out our hole just a little bit larger to fit that new door handle. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the screws for our strike plate. Those are also tied into our door lock. And with those removed, we can pull our strike off and pop out our entry door lock. Now that we have our new door lock ready to go, if you look at the inside, it's going to tell you what your key code is. So if you ever needed to order extra keys, you would know that's my code right there. If you have the key with you and you just maybe broke off the tip or something like that, or it's just really kind of chewed up a little bit, there should also be the key code stamped into it so that you can buy replacement keys instead of having to replace the entire door lock. And these replacement keys can also be purchased on our site. If you need help looking for one, you can call our customer service or just talk to one of our experts by submitting a question. But now we're just going to go ahead and we'll kind of pop off the backing plate. We'll set that aside. Now we have the backing off, we're going to slip our new lock in place. Go. Get it tucked up where our old holes were. And then we can grab our strike plate. I could reuse that one I have, or I can put on a new one. All right, now I'm going to slip my new strike plate over. Grab my screw gun, and I'm going to get my little screw. It's going to be a whole lot smaller than the other one, so you'll know exactly which one I'm talking about here. Get that in place. You may have to kind of pry up on the door just to get it kind of locked in. There we go, we got started. So now I'll switch over to our other one. And we'll just tighten that down. So if you look at your little red lever here, this is for your deadbolt, and you want to make sure that you line up that flat edge with the flat edge on your little pin, and then you also want to make sure that you have your door handle down. If you don't, it's not going to engage the mechanism and pull back the slide here. So I want to make sure we have that down. We'll get that in place, and then we can start inserting our screws. And try to just do a little bit on the first couple ones, just so we make sure this gets lined up before we start tightening it down. Once we have it all straight, we can go ahead and fully tighten all of our screws. So for the trailer side of our door strike, we're going to go ahead and just replace ours anyway. It's not in bad condition, but you might as well get it a little nicer looking than the older one. We're just going to have to reuse that hardware that we have here, because it does not come with hardware for that door strike. And there is a little lip on here. You want that facing outwards, because when your door closes up against that, you want it to press up against that and not be able to pop out unless the mechanism is activated. So go ahead and put in those screws. And they give you a pretty wide berth here just to make sure that that catches. So you may have to play around with it a little bit just to get it correct. But when you have it where you want it, you can go ahead and just tighten on your screws. And you can try closing out the door. Now, not every single door is going to fit perfectly. You may have to kind of beat this down a little bit with a hammer. With this specific trailer, there's already been some issues with the door itself. As you can see, the entry door is actually scraping against here, and it's actually eaten into the frame of our door here. And that's just kind of what happens over time. If you put a whole lot of stress on the frame of the trailer, sometimes things can kind of just crumple up a little bit and throw things off. Or if you actually get into an accident, you can have some issues like that. So if you do run into issues where it's just kind of wanting to fight you the whole time, like this kind of wants to drag on it instead of just pushing right in, then you may need to just kind of hammer it down a little bit. If we look at our old door strike, it is kind of beat in just a tiny bit just to get it to fit a little bit more smooth. So that is one option out there if you are having issues with your door closing against that strike. All right, now that it's in place, we can go ahead and close it out. Open her up and try closing it again. We don't really have any jiggling too bad or anything like that. We know it's nice and tight, and we don't have to worry about anybody getting into our trailer. Use is super simple. Turn that to lock our handle, and we can also turn our deadbolt to lock our deadbolt so that we don't have to worry about any intruders getting into our camper and causing any kind of issues. Well, I think that about does it for today's installation of the Global Link entry door RV lock with key-to-like option here on our 2020 K-Z Sportsmen Classic Travel trailer. My name's Kevin. Thanks for watching.